We can observe during the past few days, Mr. Iran Vikramaratne, an Anglican Christian, the Church of England, Church of England of United Kingdom and Church of England, Sri Lanka Member of Parliament representing United Kingdom in the Parliament, Mr. Iran Vikramaratne, formerly NDB Bank PLC, HSBC Bank PLC, where there had been certain scandals to divert funds to Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe's political campaign before he entered the politics. Mr. Iran Vikramaratne, and subsequently, these inside dealings ruined this reputation of HSBC and DB Bank. Even today, a few days ago, United States Ambassador to Colombo, Mrs. Alina Trepp, is diverting $70 million, scheme to only through the NDB Bank PLC in the pretext of supporting, women generation of small business enterprises. So these incidents, and also his protest about the Kotalavla Defence University bill, and also he protested on a certain ground which is not acceptable, because he said the military cannot be it cannot be the awarding authority, and it cannot be the administrating or governing authority, something like about the education. When it comes to Benedictine Catholic Institute, okay, or even the the St. Thomas College, which is Anglican related school, or even if you take the Ladies College in Colombo 3, which is Anglican Christianity school, who is the award, who does the education? The Anglican Christian Church of Sri Lanka, and who regulated the same Sri Lanka Anglican Christian Church. So if the Ladies College can do that, and if the St. Thomas's College can do that in Mount Lavinia or Bandaravela, or all this Trinity College can do that, even can't the Sri Lanka Kotalavla Defence University of a higher education to avoid a future genocidal war like as it ended in Mulavaikal in Mulathiv, due to the South Indian Anglican Christianity Church, South Indian diocese members being taken to the Jaffna, that way. In that case, this is done in order to, together with the JVP protesters and Joseph Stalin, Ceylon Teachers Union president, and finally, the police arresting them and sending them to quarantine in Mulathiv, right? And these protests are carried out during this time, together with the Roman Catholic cardinal protesting about LNG power plant in Muthurajavela. It's because the Roman Catholic Church failed to create a Roman Catholic Tamil Leelam in Northeast, since I informed it before it, because I sensed things about Sri Lanka before that anything happened here. So I said it similar to Indonesia created East Timor, which in United Nations says Indonesia colonized East Timor, but still was it under Indonesia's sovereign control. Whoever colonized, the Indonesian military control it, right? That's it. There's no two words about it. No, after that, then they created East Timor. They made the second Roman Catholic state in Asia after Philippines, and they wanted to create a third Roman Catholic state in Tamil Leelam in Northeast in Sri Lanka. And when it failed, and also because of the Easter carnage, right? And that evolved because of the Roman Catholic priests' involvement in the war, that finally, according to nature's law of karma, they had to face the consequences. Unfortunately, they are members also. And then, when all these things, when I highlight the Indonesian model and the East Timor model, the Sri Lanka involvement to create a Tamil Leelam completely flopped. And those circumstances, Cardinal Ranjit Muthurajavela and JVP Joseph Stalin, Iran Vikramaratne protesting about the KDU bill, is to create an independent Roman Catholic state for Sinhala people from, current Colombo 15 Mattakulia coastal Catholic belt up to Mana town, and that is why President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, without any intelligence, said to give the Pfizer to people in, people in Mana a few days ago on dailyvideo.lk. You can check the press reports, and to Vaunia, because this proposed Roman Catholic Sinhala independent sovereign area state, since Tamil Leelam failed, a flop, is to be done using the Express Pearl ship disaster and Muthurajavela power plant issue and the Kotalavla Defence University bill, since they failed to create Tamil Islam in Northeast, that is how they do it. So under these circumstances, the government must strictly ban this Roman Catholic Church of Sri Lanka, Anglican Church of Sri Lanka, the Calvary Church of Sri Lanka, the Baptist Church of Sri Lanka, the Methodist Church of Sri Lanka with foreign affiliations, and create Sri Lanka's own, Church of Sri Lanka without any foreign affiliation, with our own position, Christ of Sri Lanka, similar to the so-called Pope of Roman Catholic Vatican Church, to lead, and a Sri Lankan version of the Bible, hymns, etc., traditions, practices, ways, right? In Ragama, national current national seminary of the that location, with United Nations sovereignty to that particular religious location, similar to the Buddhism, Gautama Buddha's teachings in Kandy. I like to ask Mr. Rochita Rajapaksa, who is a member and graduated from the Defence College in United Kingdom, whether he can do car racing around the Canterbury Church of England headquarters, as he did. His brother did car racing around the Dalada Maligava's Candy Lake, right? Because Rochita Rajapaksa is an Anglican Christian, a church educated from St. Thomas's, similar to Mr. Nama Rajapaksa, right? Whether they are Anglican Christian, Roman Catholic, or Methodist, or Calvary Church, or born again church, or all these Baptist church, in that, or thousands of churches that are there in the world, they are all Christians. So they time to time, someone else from one Roman Catholic people, go and do the national defense, like Yoshita Rajapaksa did his courses as a Sri Lanka Naval Cadet at National Defense College in London, United Kingdom, right? That's to mislead, because someone may think he is Roman Catholic, so his Anglican Church, Roman Catholic Church, there is a rift, so therefore it won't affect. But finally, you can see that evolved into a huge political conflict because the president's son was in the Navy. So it may be the Mulawaikal, Tamil Devno side may have done to save president's son's life, because there's a conflict. President thinks first about the son, not about the Mulawaikal Tamil people. No, at that time. So this is the situation. Now, in these situations, Sri Lanka government must take steps, right, to prevent a creation of because the funds came from President Joe Biden and the European Union, the Anglican Church, their ambassador in Halton, Mrs. Halton in Colombo, offered support through the Center for Scientific Environmental Analysis to Sri Lanka due to the expert ship blast that destroyed the Roman Catholic, coastal belt, and the fishermen's also, and then these support came, and then the Pearl Express ship owning company itself paid compensation recently. So now this funding comes towards establishment of a Roman Catholic based Christian Sinhala state in this from Colombo 15 Mattakudi up to Talemana area, because the Tamil Islam flopped, and also the Roman Catholic Church always do politics. So this is why I urged the President to ban the Roman Catholic Church of Sri Lanka officially, and the Anglican Church of Sri Lanka, and the Calvary Church of Sri Lanka, the Methodist Church of Sri Lanka, the Baptist Church of Sri Lanka, the Born Again Church of Sri Lanka, and there are so many others which are small, which I don't remember, even though they are small, Evangelic Church of Sri Lanka, and to have one own Sri Lankan church without foreign affiliations, and to amalgamate all these current different churches on the pretext, but they are actually one formation. They are going on different segments of the society. So to amalgamate them into one church of Sri Lanka without foreign affiliations, and to physical buildings to affiliate to that church. Okay, and in this case, it's very important to do this. If not, things can aggravate, more protests can happen, and more people's lives can be lost during this pandemic period.